Hello, everyone, and welcome.
To the Theorist
And the Savant,
with your host, JC Botero 67.
and Alex Sinclair.
And so, yeah, we have, as you heard, a new format. And as you guys saw in the previous little, what do you even call that? Intro clip, intro picture, text thing, whatever. We have a kind of new name to the show. And then, of course, Alex is like no longer a guest. Like, he's pretty much my co host. So it's only fair to change up the format, especially it's 2015. So it's a
New
good way
year,
to
new rules.
exactly. Good way to go new. And so yeah, we can have Alex go ahead and go first. He has the first set of notes here.
All
So
right. And we are, of course, reviewing Revelations by Anime Kujo, and we are on chapter 52.
yes, yes.
All right. So, CL, I'm just going to give a brief intro as to what they missed before my
Oh,
note.
okay, yeah. Perfect.
All right. So, CL is in Lucifer's throne room, and him and Alois and Lucifer and Ash are all trading words with each other. And then CL not paying attention because he's distracted looking at Ash's sexiness or some other thing. I don't know.
Nice.
Who wouldn't be distracted by that? I would.
That's true.
Um, Alois gets grabbed, and this is the description of Alois's attacker. The being was tall, its skin a muted scaly black from head to toe. Large dark wings framed the broad shoulders, and every defined muscle was evident, since it wore nothing at all. Ciel's eyes swiftly darted over the massive mound of flesh which hung between the demon's thighs. His gaze quickly continued up to the sleek black hair on its head, and only stopped when he landed on a pair of familiar golden orbs. And at first I was like, whoa, what the hell is this thing? Is it like Lucifer's bodyguard or something? But no, it's Claude, of course.
It's so funny because when I first read this bit in, chapter 52 in the posting on AO3, I couldn't help but, notice the whole line of Ciel's eyes swiftly darted over the massive mound of flesh which hung between the demon's thighs. I'm like, okay, like, why are we looking down there, Ciel? Like,
Right? Like, you don't have enough penises in your life. You have to look at this demon's mound thing.
yeah, he couldn't look right at his face and be like, who the just caught my best friend? No, he looks right there. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
I
And I'm
have no
surprised you
interest in what you are, but that is just fascinating.
didn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you didn't notice it before.
Well, I did.
But you didn't write to comment on it.
I didn't because I figured it would be too obvious if I pointed out massive
Yeah.
mounds of deliciousness. So,
Right, yeah.
and I have to say I'm a little disappointed because I expected Claude to be, spidery demon thing.
Oh, well, maybe later on. Because I'm saying, like, before, like I've mentioned before, like, this is the form that we saw him in that one, not episode, but that one chapter.
That's true.
And then, there could be, like, that ultimate form
That'd be really
we've yet to see.
About.
Yes.
All right, and then so Claude has Alois, and he's just being an asshole. And then Lucifer's just staring at him all, like, and then he says, Claude, always such a brute, Lucifer crooned, chuckling as he relaxed back in his seat. No manners whatsoever. He sighed, winking at the white-clad servant standing next to him. Don't you agree, Ash? A low hum was all the response given before attention was turned back to the situation unraveling only a few yards away. And I'm just like, what is it with demons and manners? It makes me laugh so much because you had Sebastian telling Father Spears he was being rude, and now you got Lucifer who's like, you don't have any manners. It's like, why do they care? I didn't think they'd be the people that cared.
Because they're classy demons.
That's true. They are all very classy and sexy.
They're not the stupid ones. I'm just gonna have fun poking fun at that, like, every review.
I know, it's really funny. You got the stupid demons, and then you got the smart ones. Don't mix them.
Yes, that, and I had to randomly throw it in, because we're not talking about William anywhere in this, so, well, I guess later on in the theories and stuff, but frickin', I'm a priest. Like, I mean, I'm not even saying, let me say it correctly, hold on. I am a priest. Like, I just love that. Like, I don't know why, it just sticks with me.
Oh my god, you're never gonna let that go. I'll be like, I'll be like 90 and you'll be like, remember that time? And you were like, I am a priest.
Oh my god.
Oh god,
That
it's
is
too
too funny. I know. I have to mention it every review. It's like the CLEM segment gone ghetto. Like, okay. Oh yeah, we have to do the CL line too. But I don't wanna. I don't remember what else you said, but that's as far as I remember. But you did it better than I do.
I don't
So.
even remember what I said. If I did, I'd say it right now.
We'll have to backtrack and do it next time. Okay, anyway.
But the rest of my note was.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Ash has this kind of constant feeling of disdain towards Lucifer. Like, he's very, like, just like, and, like, he doesn't really say much, and he's not like, oh, yes, my lord. So it's like, does he hate Lucifer? Because, I mean, I don't think we talked about it in our notes, but later, Angela comes in, and she's like, oh, Lucifer's amazing, and blah, blah. And, like, Ash is always just kind of like, So I'm sitting here like, well, maybe, he'll try to help Ciel and Alois escape because he doesn't want to be there and he doesn't want to be stuck to his sister for the rest of eternity. So he's going to try to like make up his failures to God or whatever. And what better way to, say, I'm sorry. Can you please get my sister out of me than helping his warrior escape?
Yeah, it's a very interesting like thought that you had there.
Thank you.
And then I even thought too, now that you mentioned Angela and stuff, like maybe we see her now because she kind of realizes what Ash is trying to do, and so now it's her. Because I know Lucifer, like later on, says like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a while," like.
That's true. That's a
to
good
Angela.
thought.
So I don't know. That just came to mind.
She's like trying to contain him, like, you are not gonna mess this up.
Right? She's like, oh no, I don't even want to say that. That sounds.
I want Lucifer in me. I want his baby.
Oh no, no, not that. It was just the fact that she doesn't mind having her brother inside her.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. We're not gonna go all incesty with this. Okay. So now it's my quote, my bit that I chose. So, this is Ciel, by the way. Come on, you know I'm right. He screamed impatiently, which I'm not screaming, sorry. Okay, pushing himself off his knees and coming to stand upright. I haven't got all damn day. Unlike you, I'm literally dying as every second passes. The angel snarled, shrugging off Ash as the demon's servant placed 2 hands on the small shoulders to restrain him. Make up your damn mind, you pussy. So, after reading that line, I'm just like, dude, like, Ciel is freaking bold to be calling Satan a pussy. Like,
yeah, I know, right?
It's like, if I were in his shoes, like, I don't know. I'm just so amazed by Ciel right now. Like, I'm like, dude, he's like,
you have to give him major
Ciel.
props. Like,
me?
You have to give him major props.
Oh, I thought you said I don't have to give him major props. I'm like, why?
If it was me, I'd probably be like, okay, yeah, head down, no talking, let's go.
I don't know why I thought back to, I think, was it last chapter? When we're just all like, oh, he's so dumb.
Yeah.
No, it was the chapter before. It was the chapter before.
Oh, that's right, because he was like, I'm going to pull out my wings and we're going to go fly.
That's why I thought you said I shouldn't give him too much props. And I'm like, oh, poor Ciel.
Well, he's still stupid, because, I mean, come on, that completely drained all the strength he could have had to make an escape.
Yeah, but then you have to blame Alois, too, because it's Alois' fault that Ciel's shoulders dislocated.
That's true, because his dumbass fell off frickin' a tower. Like, how do you fall off a tower? We still don't know. Was he just stupid and fell?
He was clumsy, is what Anime Cujo said.
That's just so depressing. You poor little stupid blonde person. You just, boom, just ruined everything. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You spend days flying through hell to ruin it in 5 seconds.
It's because he's a blondie. This is horrible. All the blondes are gonna hate me now. I love blondes, though. Okay, anyway. Oh, well, it's your turn. Sorry.
Alright, Lucifer has Ciel taken to his bedroom, which I thought was funny that Anime Cujo was like, talking about how Ciel found it ironic that Lucifer had a bedroom when he doesn't have to sleep.
Yeah.
I found that really funny for some reason. I was like, oh, well, Ciel's captured, and all he can think about is, wow, this is ironic. It was just funny. So now Lucifer's like straddling Ciel and
hello.
getting all sexy. I know.
It's so hot. I know it shouldn't be, and I
it
shouldn't be
was
thinking
though.
that. It's so bad, but oh my god. Okay, sorry.
It was incredibly hot, and I really enjoyed it. But anyway, he's talking to Ciel about Ciel's parents. They know you're here, he whispered softly, warm breath ghosting over the angel's ear. They can feel you in my arms, feel you beneath me. He
Huddle.
breathed hotly, grinning at the way the Slayer's breath hitched in his throat and the color drained from his face. There was no need to go into detail, as they both knew exactly who he was referring to. It was absurdly obvious. Ciel's parents. Inside me, they're crying out, Alistair crooned sweetly, splaying long fingers over the breast of his suit for emphasis. Inside, right here. They're wailing for the safety of their only son, terrified of the position you've put yourself in. Giving a slow lick to the angel's cheek. Your mother's tears are especially delicious. Ciel shuddered at the wet feeling on his face. Lucifer grinned with mad delight. And I'm just like, all right, so was this journey completely pointless? Like, was it a trap? Because they're inside Lucifer. How are you going to get them out? Like, that seems kind of impossible. So I'm wondering, like, did Lucifer send him these prophetic dreams to get him down there? Like, oh,
Ooh.
your parents are talking to you. Not really. Come down here. And then, like, so it was a trap the entire time just to get him down there so he didn't have to bother going up there to do it.
Yeah, and just so he can have like sexy time with Ciel.
That
Okay,
and
anyway.
because Ciel would be weaker in hell, so that
That's
probably makes
true.
it easier for him.
Oh yeah. Okay,
So I'm
sorry.
I'm wondering like if that was Anime Cujo's plan was setting up that trap through the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing and then having it come to fruition in this part. Because it just
Yeah.
kind of seems too perfectly planned out on Lucifer's part.
Mm.
Because he said earlier that there was more than expected. Like he wasn't expecting Alois, but he was expecting Ciel.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. What else was I gonna say? It was I can't remember exactly which chapter it was, but I thought there was a line of his where he's just like, "Oh, I know he's gonna come down here."
Oh,
So
I
like I
remember
don't
that.
know. Yeah. So maybe that, maybe there is that whole like it's too much of a coincidence for this to be working out so perfectly. But then again, like I mean, ooh, maybe you are right because I don't know if I mentioned it or I just skimmed through the chapter to get my notes before we started this. So there was a part, or let me see if I can find it real quick. Um, but yeah, basically he was saying something like, oh, it's that part where he's like, oh, Sebastian, like, what does he see in you and stuff? And he's like, he failed to kill you and stuff, but like, things are more interesting the way they are now and like the way, like it led to that moment where he and Ciel are now. That's basically what it was. So yeah, it's like, I don't know, coincidence, maybe yes, maybe not. But anyway, I'll go ahead and read my part and then let me actually read the lead up to this like quote thing before I start. So, as Lucifer's doing all this talking, Sebastian is like taking the opportunity to
Ciel.
like did I say Sebastian?
Yeah, you did.
God damn it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is why I need a co-host because this would happen so many times. Okay, so so Ciel is pulling out the dagger and he's putting I think was he trying to put more venom in it or no?
No,
he
he was
pulled
just
out
gonna stab him.
Okay, but I thought he pulled out the venom too and he was just hiding it somewhere else. I don't know. Okay, anyway.
It's
So he's
weird
pulling
that he wasn't frisked before that. Like they didn't
I
even bother
know.
searching for other weapons.
I was thinking that too. I don't even know if he's like restrained because he's like, Lucifer's all like, restrain him well. And I'm like, dude, Seal's not even restrained well, or I don't know
Yeah,
because
because his hand is up behind Lucifer's back with the
exactly.
dagger. So, like, how did that happen? When did he get
Unless,
free?
yeah, unless the cufflink things are on his wrists and like he's able to move his arms.
Oh, maybe.
That's probably what it is. I don't know. But yeah, so basically, Ciel is trying to stab. Gosh, okay, wait, sorry, I'm like mixing up names again. Ciel's trying to stab himself. That's what I was gonna say. Okay, Ciel is trying to stab Lucifer, but Lucifer, of course, is not a dumbass. He notices these things. Like he can sense this. Okay,
It's funny to me that Ciel was like, "Oh my god, it's working. He won't notice. I'm gonna stab him right now." And then,
no, his hand gets slapped away and okay,
yep.
Anyway, so that happens prior to what I'm about to read now. Lucifer sat up, twirling the dagger idly as violet eyes inspected it. With one hand still firmly having purchase of Ciel's neck, he smirked at the angel. There was more terror to be had in the calm facade of the former priest's face than could ever be voiced by words. and the glimmer in those maroon orbs warned him a little too late of what came next. So I forgot to mention that when Lucifer slapped the hand away, he pretty much broke the hand, so it's kind of useless right now. And with that very dagger, like, he pierces it into Ciel's palm, so it kind of like confines him to the bed, which he's already confined to anyway. I don't know. But yeah.
And then doesn't he split through Ciel's hand?
Yes.
Like, completely? Like,
yes, because,
ew.
yeah, because I remember Ciel was, like, reacting, like, screaming, because he felt it go in, and then he felt it go out, too. I mean, Anime Cujo is so descriptive, and, like, it's just perfect. She makes it so real. Like,
she really does, and it's really fabulous. I love her writing.
Yes. See, this answers her question.
Yeah, exactly. This is for you, Anime Cujo.
Yes. Your writing style is just amazing. And
she really is very much like Tolkien, like very descriptive of like the scenery and like the people, and it's just it's easy to get lost in her writing.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about like the locations that it's taking place in.
Yeah, exactly. You're not sitting here like, I wonder if this is in like Buffalo or is this in New York City? Like, where is that?
Or is this in Antarctica? No, I'm just kidding. Dude, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I mean, it could be like, you know,
the portal to hell is in Antarctica.
Or like, I don't know, some other random fanfic where they're like traveling around the world and they end up in like Antarctica or something. I actually have a coworker who went to Antarctica. It's like really cool.
I would love to go there, but like I don't like the cold as it is. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I would handle that either, but yeah. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to say in response to my quote thingy after our tree branching. So coming back to that quote, I don't know why when he did stab that dagger into Ciel's hand, I don't know, it was like really ironic to me because of the way that he killed Ciel's dad, which it was like the whole like crucifix thing, because he got him onto that cross and then he basically like, you know, kind of like how Jesus had his hands like nailed to the cross. That's what he did with Vincent. And so I just think it's ironic that he did it with one hand of Ciel's.
It's so funny because I never ever thought of that for some reason.
Yeah.
And so I could definitely see that being like a little nod to, because also in this chapter, Lucifer's always bringing up like how much like Michael Ciel is, and then how each like reincarnation or each, you know, generation, like they get stronger and harder to, you know, cope with. And he was talking about like how he wasn't sure what to expect from Ciel. So it's kind of funny that like that connects like that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wrote down that quote thing too, was because like I not so much that quote, it was one before, but I chose this one just because. But yeah, you know, I was gonna describe the whole dagger thing anyway. So it was just interesting to see that like little connection there. And then he was also saying like, oh, your dad was like such a pain in my ass. So like, I don't know, it's just kind of like taking it out on Ciel now kind of a thing. Anyway, on to my last quote before we get to our theories. I think, what was this quote? I guess before it, was it the whole Sebastian? Oh, he wanted to, he's like, oh, okay, let's find out like, you know, what's so appealing about you and stuff. Oh, okay, no, I got it. Now let's just see what makes you so irresistible.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
It's so hot.
It is so hot and it shouldn't be, but it is. Okay.
Of course it should be. It's smut. It's fine.
I know, but it's like we don't know what's gonna happen next. Like if Ciel gets raped, that's horrible.
That's true, but I guarantee you the way Anime Cujo will write it, it will still be kind of sexy.
Oh yeah.
As horrible as that sounds, because now I'm thinking of Claude and Ciel.
Ooh. I like Claude and Ciel too. But anyway, okay. So, reading this last paragraph, because this is interesting. This is the last paragraph of the chapter, so it's kind of like after I read that, we can kind of theorize, oh, what do you think will happen next chapter? And, of course, the chapters after that. So anyway, let me go ahead and read this. Ciel whimpered as he felt the hot breath waft over... I can't even read that, I'm sorry. Let's start that again, shall we? Okay. Ciel... Okay, I can't even read right now, sorry. I'm just too overwhelmed by the sexiness. Okay.
It's
Ciel
doing
whimpered.
things to you. I'm sorry.
It is. Okay. Ciel whimpered as he felt the hot breath waft over his neck, knowing exactly what was going to happen, but in no way prepared for it. Sharp face. Okay. Sharp fangs extended and paused for a moment before being plunged brutally into his flesh, a warm rush of blood bursting forth as the Laister's lips clamped over the punctures. Blue eyes flew wide and a tortured scream ripped from his mouth as searing, fiery pain burned through his veins. Lucifer paused for a moment to chuckle before continuing to suck eagerly. Hello. Okay.
Oh.
The angel writhing in agony as he fell headfirst into a level of hell he never knew existed.
And that's funny because that kind of points to Dante's Inferno and the Divine Comedy and stuff, like levels of hell.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, because you've read it before.
Yes.
I've yet to read it, so I should play catch up on that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and mention this now. I had it in my theories in case I forgot to mention it, but I mean, this is like the primary reason why I chose this quote, so I should talk about it now. So, because you had pointed out in a group message that we shared with Anime Cujo, like, oh, why did a Leister, like, why is he drawing blood from Ciel? Like, if he just, like, stabbed him with a dagger that has the venom on it, which, I don't know. Anime Cujo made it seem like, I don't know, like, well, she was very, how do I say it, like, vague about it. So it's not like, oh, like, yeah, he's going to be affected by it, or no, he's not. My thought on that, to, like, further elaborate what you said, was that maybe he's trying to intake it that way through Ciel, just so it doesn't have an effect on him. Like,
that would make sense. Like, people take small doses of poison to become immune to.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Lucifer is trying to do with this.
So he used Ciel's blood to dilute it, maybe.
Perhaps.
Or, well, I mean, in the course of everything, that's kind of how it maybe end up happening, even though we didn't anticipate it that way. But,
And then what I was also thinking after, like, reading this again was the fact that, like, if Ciel's, like, I don't know, because Ciel's, like, letting out this tortured scream and he's feeling pain through his veins, like, I don't know if, because you've mentioned this before too, of, like, how Lucifer could possibly corrupt him and get him to join his side. Like, I don't know if, like, Lucifer's trying to pass on something to Ciel. Like,
that's possible. I never thought of that.
If he's feeling pain through his veins, like, I don't know. Just having read that phrase, like...
And now I'm thinking, like, what if he turns Ciel against, everything, and then it's Ciel versus Sebastian?
Ooh.
Or Ciel versus Father Spears. Like, that would be terrible, because there's, like, this whole established relationship, and then to rip that all apart for a battle scene would be something that I feel would be kind of classic Anime Cujo. Just, the twists that you never see coming.
Yeah, it would be interesting. And it'd be, like, so sad for it to be, like, Sebastian versus Ciel.
Or Ciel versus Father Spears, and then he kills Father Spears. And
no!
And then that's what snaps him out of it, or something, like the trauma of killing this person that's been, like, a father to you. I know, I'm making you sad. It's my turn this time. Haha.
But yeah, more so I feel it would be sad if it was, like, Ciel versus Sebastian.
That's weird. This is the second time today that you have been completely Sebastial. And, like, I seriously think the world is ending.
Oh! That's so funny.
It is too funny. It's so funny to me because you're always like, ooh, Cielium, woo! And then today you're just like, yeah, Sebastial. And I'm just like, what happened to you?
I don't know. I just kind of see it as, like, maybe, it's kind of like the story's coming to an end. I mean, she's bound to write more stories and stuff, but it's just kind of like, I don't know.
That's something else, too. It would kind of play off their battle from earlier.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting. Only now the roles are reversed.
Oh, when they were fighting...
in the chapel.
Yeah, I was just going to say in the church, yeah. Ooh, I know, that was, like, so hot. Okay.
I know, right?
Okay.
Alright, so anyway, on to my theories.
Yes, theory time!
Before I tree branch the hell out of everything. Honey.
No, it's okay.
So my theories are kind of simple, but I've mentioned Ash already helping Ciel and Alois escape by some sort of unknown means. If he can, like, take over from Angela for, like, split second, just be like, here's the key, go get Alois, he's down there, and go, run. Like, I don't know. And then I was thinking, like, if they do escape, like, Lucifer will chase them through hell in, like, a crazy sky battle, maybe. Like, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Claude would come along with, and we'd see Spider Demon Claude, which would be interesting.
Oh,
And then
there you go.
Ciel could slay Claude, and that would be a nice, fitting end to that horrible piece of crap.
That's so funny. You really hate Claude, don't you?
In this story, yes. I like it in
Okay.
other stories. And then, like, I'm thinking, like, maybe they'll escape last minute, but Lucifer somehow gets through the portal, like, just as it's closing. So everyone in the forest is there, and Lucifer's just there, and it's like a major, huge battle, like, frickin'
Yeah.
Lion Witch in the Wardrobe kind of thing going on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I was thinking, like, maybe there'd be, like, a major character death. Either Dagger, because we were worried about that before, or I don't think it'll be Soma, but I'm thinking maybe, I'm sorry, Father Spears.
It's okay.
Because I could see Spears trying to get revenge on Lucifer for taking Druid, for killing Ciel's parents, and just, like all these things that Spears has internally inside him that are constantly just like, he's miserable. And he's finally going to get his revenge on Lucifer for his years of living hell, essentially. Because of all the stuff he witnessed.
Right. And then, because, Spears is bound to realize, like, oh, he did something to Ciel. Like, whether Ciel is there or not, like, it's just that on top of everything else is, like...
It's like the final straw.
Yeah. So I could see that, yes. I love your theories. You always come up with really good ones.
Thank you.
All right, so on to my theories, I suppose. So, like, the way this chapter ended, it's kind of like, oh, like, what's gonna happen next? So, I don't know, I kind of thought, like, I'm not too lenient with this theory, but I'm thinking, maybe, Sebastian comes to save Ciel in the nick of time. And then if anything, because it's gonna take us by surprise, like, how the heck did Sebastian get here so fast or whatever? So if anything, like, there could be flashbacks as to, like, when he left and, I guess his journey through hell, whatever. But honestly, like, I don't know. And I feel horrible saying this, but I just think that, like, Ciel's is gonna continue to be tortured and maybe raped by Lucifer.
I could definitely see the rape thing, because you, Anime Cujo, and I had a discussion about rape the other day. Specifically rape in Yaoi and fanfiction. And I'm thinking, like, I have a feeling that's coming up because it's all leading up to it. And it would kind of make sense why we all had that conversation the other day.
Yeah. And then, I already discussed my theory. I had my second note thing here about, like, Lucifer, trying to intake the venom, like, bit by bit without it really having any effect on him in the long run. And then my last theory thing would be that I think Sebastian would be the one who defeats Satan because of all he's done to Ciel, if it gets to that point that we discussed earlier. Or, like, if Ciel dies, then Sebastian has to avenge, like, Ciel. Like, there's no one else who could kill off Satan.
I completely agree, and I really do think that'd be a really fitting fight scene. Between former general and Lucifer, and also it would kind of make sense as to why Lucifer didn't select anyone to lead his army and stuff, because Claude's still not general.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of fitting, like, you can join me again and blah blah blah, and I'm willing to forgive you, blah. And then Sebastian's like, no, and then just like major fight, and then Lucifer's a bloody heap on the ground, and it'd be fabulous.
Yeah. And then, because you had said, like, Claude's not general, like, Ash and Angela, which you had mentioned last review, like, they could be the general, like, they're not even general either, so it's kind of like, Satan kind of left that spot open for Sebastian, I guess. I don't know. There's just so many ways the story could go, and...
I don't know how many more chapters there's gonna be, because she said it cuts off, like, before 60, and we're on 52. And I'm, like, afraid there's only going to be, like, 55 chapters. So we only have, like, 3 chapters left.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more, but not too many more. And that's really depressing.
I know, it is sad.
I'm not ready for it to end.
I know. It just kind of makes me want to, like, reread it all over again.
Oh, I know, right?
So yeah, that concludes my theories. I don't know if you came up with any more, because
Unfortunately,
I always
not this
have that.
time.
Yeah, I know. I can't really think of anything. It's just we could probably endlessly come up with theories. Like,
Probably, like, it'll be over and we'll still be coming up with theories. Like,
it could have gone this way. Ciel could have stayed with William. No, I'm just kidding.
she's back. She
I
is
am
back,
back.
everyone.
I am back, yes.
No more Sebastian from you.
Aw, no. They can have a threesome. How about that?
That's okay with me. I'm okay with that.
They could just have like this massive orgy with like Lucifer and like Eloise and like Claude, like just
That'd be
freaking
hot.
everyone. Oh my god.
Dagger and his 9-inch. Oh no, that's Edward. Well,
Well, it could be
and
Dagger
Edward apparently
too.
have the same size, though.
Yup. Apparently everyone does, so.
Universal dick size.
That's so awesome. So yeah, anyway. That's a lovely note to end on.
Isn't it? You go home and think about that, everyone. Just
right?
think about a world where every penis is exactly the same. That's the kind of world Anime Cujo wants for us.
Yes. I would love that world.
Where they all have to somehow pre-order special condoms, even though everyone has the same exact size.
Yeah. It seems like some kind of story, like some really cracked up but like awesome story.
Oh my god, like our cracked up story that we're like slowly coming up with pieces. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Alrighty. So, with that being said, we bid you farewell, everybody, and we'll catch you again in chapter 53.
Yes, and then we will all see you next time.
Yes, and go check out our CLM collaboration, which Anime Cujo was kind enough to promote in her chapter 52.
Yes, again, it was wonderful.
Yes!
And check out our newest story, which is a songfic of Baby It's Cold Outside by Dean Martin.
Yes, of course, Celium. Even though I really want to write some, like, I just want to write, like, Kuroshizuji songfics. And I don't care what the pairings are.
That'd be, like, a fun collab to do.
It would! Let's do it. Alright. Well, we'll let you go, everybody, and we'll catch you in a few weeks.
Yes.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Bye.